right, welcome to week 11 of English 10. This week is a regular full week, and it is the week before Thanksgiving. On Monday, the 14th, you are going to be working on writing a more polished version of your thesis statement. You may or may not have written something down from last week, but this week I'm going to give you a graphic organizer that's really going to help with that. And then you will use whatever remaining time we have on Monday to work on finding sources and finishing that outline. Our goal for this week is to write the introduction and then start the body of the paper. We'll continue to write the body during the week of Thanksgiving and then take the week we come back to finish writing the body and the conclusion and have the rough draft ready to go by week 14. Again, the due dates are the 12th of December for the first revised draft. This one's required, this one is optional, and this is when we come back from Christmas break. Here is a picture to show you of the handout I'll give you in class. This is going to be a graphic organizer with lots of helpful hints on how to write an effective thesis statement. So if you are gone this day, just let me know and I can get a copy of this to you. On Wednesday and Tuesday, we are going to start with some independent reading time, and then we're going to work on looking at logical fallacies. These are 10 different types of fallacies, meaning like false thinking when it comes to being persuasive and trying to argue. These are things that if you catch anybody using in an argument or you use yourself, it'll weaken what you're trying to say because it's very faulty. So the first one is ad hominem. It's Latin for to the man, which means that you are kind of attacking your opponent's character and not necessarily addressing the topic. The next one is straw man. So on your slides, you're going to be filling out what's in the blanks. Your slide will look like this, and then you're going to fill in the blank. The straw man fallacy occurs when someone oversimplifies an argument in order to ridicule the idea. So there's an example. Faulty analogy is when there's a comparison that's made, but the two things that are being compared are either super dissimilar or it just doesn't make any sense at all. So here's an example. And then red herring is when you're introducing a new topic to distract the listener. It's kind of a sneaky little tactic. False dilemma is a fallacy where there are two extreme options as the only two options. It's kind of like giving an ultimatum almost. So either this or this is going to happen. Appeal to false authority happens when someone who is not an expert is treated like they're an expert. This is kind of like, in advertising when we're looking at ethos, and a celebrity that's a paid actor, endorser of something, they tend to kind of fall in this line sometimes. Circular reasoning is when the claim is used as the evidence and it just spins around and around and around. Post hoc ergo propter hoc, which is Latin for after which, therefore, because of which. It means that just because something happened first, it doesn't mean that it's what caused whatever happened next to happen. So it's kind of like correlation does not equal causation. And then hasty generalization is when there's not enough evidence to support a conclusion. So oftentimes what I see with papers that are submitted is this, because people procrastinate and they don't give enough evidence to support what they're saying. Bandwagon, we learned about this with advertising. It's the same idea. Everyone's doing it, so you should too. It's kind of a guilt trip, peer pressure type tactic. And that is all for our fallacy notes. After that, you are going to take a quiz where you answer these questions with multiple choice. So you're trying to match these examples with what you see on the screen. It should look something like this. And then the rest of the time on Wednesday and Tuesday will be to work on your essay. On Thursday and Friday, you're going to start with some independent reading time. Then we are going to take a couple minutes and kind of try to figure out if we can finish the thesis statement paper. And then we are going to work on a grammar lesson watching this video. So you will watch the video and answer these questions. The activity that we're doing in class is something that is only in class. So this part won't really make sense because we're doing in class. Trying to look at examples and figure out where does the comma need to go. So that is it for week 11. If you need anything or have any questions, please let me know.